Jess Too Good here, and today we're taking a look at the LEGO Disney Winnie the Pooh set. This has 1,265 pieces, 5 minifigures, and retails for $100 in the United States, where it releases at LEGO Stores and Shop at Home for VIPs March 18th, and for everyone at LEGO Stores and Shop at Home April 1st. LEGO sent me this early to review, but all opinions in this video are my own.
Of course, we gotta start with Winnie the Pooh himself, which this design looks fantastic in LEGO minifigure form, just about how all of us would hope. Now, I can nitpick some parts. For example, the back and the front have the tummy tucking out, but since LEGO doesn't have side torso printing, it does look a little weird if you have his arms up and there's just all that red right there. Another thing that is a nitpick is his face print. I do kind of wish it was a closed mouth expression, because with molded heads, they don't have an alternate face or anything, so they're always stuck with like an open mouth. But it's just something I gotta get used to, and it's not a big deal whatsoever because the face print and everything looks great there. The head mold itself is just a nice plastic piece. It's not rubber or anything like that. Some people thought that the sleeve design, which is a dual molded design, is different from the existing one introduced with Simpsons in 2014. But no, it's actually the same length right there. But other than that, that's it for the Winnie the Pooh design. And it makes sense to give Winnie the Pooh a balloon, though I do wish they used that one balloon piece that we haven't really seen since Series 18. That's just like my favorite LEGO balloon piece. But at least here they do use that balloon bottom piece. Next is Tigger. Oh my gosh, it's just so cool seeing these characters in minifigure form after all these years of really wanting them. The overall design of Tigger has that perfect, almost sketchy look of the design on all around, just the tail, back torso printing, back of the head even, side arm printing, leg printing. They just didn't do any printing on that little tail midsection, but that's okay. But still, this whole design is fantastic, and I love the molded head. It's a hard plastic, it's not a rubber one, and you can see just how that connects. And I like the size difference where he's just a little bit taller than Pooh, and that's all added by that tail mid part right there. They get the height accuracy in terms of who's taller than the others pretty down. I love the build they have for Tigger's travel sack. I call it the Traveler Tales bag. You can see how video games have left an impression on my life. Speaking of which, getting that sack piece is really rare in white. I think it only came in like a Build-A-Minifigure from last year, which 2020 Build-A-Minifigures are like impossible to get where I'm at. And while I was just praising size, yeah, Piglet is actually a bit too big. Maybe they should have went with the baby type statuette, you know, well, not statuette's too small, but just a little smaller somehow. Maybe even make that head a little bit smaller, but you know, people want a minifigure, so I understand. This design for the head is pretty cute. I like the little facial expression he has on, and the shaping and everything. It's a hard plastic design. And with that scarf, I don't know. I don't really remember him wearing a red scarf. I always associate like some other colors, like green and I think blue. But still, it's not a thing that you could remove because most of the time he's not wearing a scarf. And you can see the printing on that torso, as well as at the back of the torso. For Rabbit, I will say, I don't know, that head design doesn't really translate as well as the other characters where it looks like he's seen some shit. He's just like freaked out. But still, this is a cool looking minifigure. Like the torso printing, I like the head shape there, and I like how it is a hard plastic. I know, it doesn't annoy people that some head molds are rubber, but it annoys me because they just get damaged easier. You can see how that connects, and then we also have some back torso printing with the bunny tail. And also, there's a carrot right here, which that's just a nice accessory for Rabbit. As for Eeyore, this design looks fantastic. It is actually a one-piece build, except for that little bow, which the bow itself is just the existing LEGO Friends accessory, and it goes in that little accessory hole right here. This design I really love, even if it's not super LEGO-like, as some people would say, where there's even details of like the little nostrils there, and it can attach to across 6 studs. They also have an accessory of Pooh's book with a sticker at the front, and then inside this other sticker, and you can see it says Ben A right there, another sticker. At the back, there's no sticker, so don't worry, it's not 4 stickered, only 3 stickered. This doesn't really have a place in the set, so they just kind of plop it at the side, so it's bound to fall out of nowhere in my review. Just warning you.
So for the build of the set, we have Pooh's house and then the 100-acre wood sign. For Pooh's house, this is a pretty intricate build when it gets to the top, but I like how simple the rest of it is, especially with the house. The house, love getting houses in Lego, but it is a quaint interpretation of Pooh's house that has just about everything you would expect.
Having rewatched the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh with Red recently, part of me has the slightest nitpick of this being cramped. Anyways, for the right side of the house, we have a bed build, which I really like how the bed sheet is built, where we have just a 1x4 at the side there. It just looks so straight, and that's kind of interesting. And then to the left, we have this design of a candle lit. Also love this design for the cuckoo clock at the back. Curtain build is fine, though it is a little bit weird how it kind of overlaps the bed there. I just wish it kind of went under there, but it's like it just cuts off there as if it's, I guess, behind the bed. I don't know, maybe I'm looking too into it. And then we have that honey pot, which is a fantastic print that appears 4 times in this set. And then these 2 honey pot designs with the blank minifigure heads appear 3 times in the set. Anyways, for the left side of the house, Pooh has his Pooh sticks at the top, which are just these little top parts. Same piece they use for the top of the carrot, but in a different color. That's a sticker design, unfortunately. Unfortunately, these 2 are stickers too, but I do like the stickers design of the bee picture and that seat cushion. The seat itself can move just a bit, and also to the left, we have another honey pot. This honey pot and the one that we covered to the right have a 1x1 stud and then a 1x1 tile, and it's a circular one that is in a translucent yellow for honey inside. And then we have this saucer cup that was introduced rather recently. Also, this part for the exhaust pipe. That continues to the top, and I like how that's built up, even topped with the ice cream cone piece in black. But the oven design is just that classic oven, and that looks pretty cool too. I haven't seen that too much in Lego before. For the front entrance of the house, to the left, there's this really nice sticker design of the 100-acre wood. Also a teacup and another saucer. That 1x1 tile for a drawer design that looks pretty cool. And then to the right, we have Pooh's mirror, which I'm sorry, I just keep thinking of that one classic YouTube video where it was like Pooh worships Satan. I think that got removed recently. And that is actually a sticker for a mirror, which a mirror sticker is kind of hard to see. That's pretty cool. And it's on one of those 2x4s from the Lego Mario line. I do wish it was easier to access this front entrance because it does have that nice mirror and just, you know, it's more area to access, but there's no easy way to remove this roof part with the whole tree build. Anyways, to the right there, there's an umbrella and an umbrella holder. And if you're curious how that front door opens, just push it in like that. And even then, the crampedness really shows. But closing this up, they do have this simple hinge connection, which I really like. And that works very well. The back of the house has a nice design with that ladybug there. And to the sides of the house, nice window. And another nice window. I like the plants as well. Yoink. I also like the top of the house with the roof design that has some inconsistent colors that just makes it look all the more natural. Funny because we usually start with the exterior, but here we're just getting to the exterior. The side designs are borderline experimental, which I like. They don't always work, but like the leaves just popping out of the bushes here uses like that piece right there, right? Like the superposed piece or whatever from the CMF line. I don't know. I don't really like that positioning. They're kind of flimsy, but again, it's experimental and different, so that's interesting. I also like the experimental use of this tube piece from the Lego Trolls line in a new color that works actually really well as part of the tree. Anyways, for the front of the house, we have some nice mushroom designs. I like the builds there. A nice print with the 1x6 that says Mr. Sanders. The ring also, unfortunately, is a sticker. I like this log that you could sit the characters on. It's pretty cool how they have those 2 studs right there. And even this print of the 1x1 at the side. And then another print of the 1x1 at the side. You could see another one of those printed honey pot pieces and unprinted ones. And then at this side, more of that weird bush build that kind of works. And then this nice, maybe shrubbery using that cherry piece. Before we end with the tree, there is the side build of the 100-acre wood sign. This is actually a 2x3 sticker and then one of those corner piece stickers. And also the honey pot print once again. And this is on a heart plate. That's kind of cool and fitting. But now it's time for the tree top, which, man, this was a very repetitive build. It wasn't as bad as some other Lego trees though for more expensive sets.
And it kind of had a learning curve where I didn't know that you had to position just this knob the other way. It didn't really make it too clear, so I ended up putting it like this a lot, and then they just easily fall off. Either way, as repetitive as it is, it does work just with the overall look. Like, the final product looks very unique, where it uses that coral base piece, which in green I haven't really seen much, if ever, before. And they're just attached to that 1x1, which people call the Among Us piece, which is no comment, no further comment on that. And that is clipped on, and you just do that a bunch of times. So it's really easy to just make this look like a different position if you want, because there's all these clips, and then the base of these branches are attached with a mini ball joint. Lots of rotation and positioning there. Regardless, my two favorite parts of the build are these two Beehive designs. Really interesting in how they build it, with that one piece that has the hole in the middle, that's a Technic connection, and then they have those 4 clips at the side, and they just clip those onto that Power Blast piece, you know, a little holder piece. And on there's a 1x1 print that's new and exclusive to the set of a bee. You get that 9 times in the set, which is pretty darn generous. You could easily rotate that around. And for the Beehive piece, it's using that originally a cotton candy piece in yellow. Now, we have seen that before for Beehives in like Lego City. But I really like how that plate is aligned at an angle. It just makes it look all the more natural and authentic. There's some really interesting techniques with how some of the side is built, using some studs not on top techniques for some more authentic positioning that doesn't seem so straight from the ground up. But either way, even with repetitive builds, all these branches look different just with the positioning they're aligned, and I really like how that build technique shows through. Finally, with the build, I guess I should acknowledge the tree trunk designs, which the tree trunk itself has some nice studs not on top techniques to get some different shaping at the side, making it look like an authentic tree trunk. For the box, we have that 18 plus design, which I know a lot of people are complaining that they're putting 18 plus for a property like this. But this is a collector's item. I mean, it is a D2C with some difficult builds. I understand some promotional material might contradict that, but this is fitting for this. And honestly, the 18 plus design started crappy, but this and Sesame Street I love, so I don't mind whatsoever. For the instructions, I guess since I had those building difficulties, maybe if I used Instructions Plus, it would have helped. At the back, we have this nice artwork. In general, they just have lovely LEGO Ideas booklets. Lots of tributes to the properties that they cover. And funny enough, isn't this the one from the newer version where he has pupils? It's like 2011 Winnie the Pooh. Gorgeous artwork and all. And then as a LEGO Ideas designer, of course they have to have the bio, which that's so cool. I guess it shows family there. Good job on Ben Adler. And right here we have the LEGO designers, which you get a little bio of as well. So overall, beyond my love for animation, I think this is a lovely set for its build techniques alone. There's so many interesting builds on capturing that great oak tree. The overall design is so unconventional, but fits for the world of Winnie the Pooh, with the color scheme they use and the cartoony feel with stuff like the bees, the different positions, and stuff like that. The build for the house I adore. I do feel like it's a little bit cramped at points. I get that they wanted to keep the price at $100, and that's definitely a strength of this set. I think this is a fantastically priced set where you do get 5 fantastic figures, 1,200 plus pieces, all for $100 in the United States. And unlike something like a Sesame Street, it doesn't feel like it's missing out on characters. Owl, Kanga, and Roo, and Christopher Robin aren't in this set, but I understand for each of them why they're not in this set. Christopher Robin would have been out of scale. Kanga and Roo would be a lot of new, un-Lego-like pieces, which people tend not to like for minifigures. Even Eeyore might be pushing it for some people, and the same would have been the case with Owl. I think the scaling they have with the minifigures is pretty darn good here, even if some of the minifigures didn't translate perfectly, like Rabbit or Piglet being a little bit oversized. But with all things considered, I rate this set a 9 out of 10. Its shortcomings are outweighed by how fantastic that build is and how the world of Winnie the Pooh is captured in LEGO form.
But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, giving it a like helps me out. Subscribing helps me and helps you out because I love reviewing LEGO Ideas sets and covering LEGO Ideas news and just LEGO news in general. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.